Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. My name is Caroline Heward and I'm known as the Harley Street Stress Expert. Our show today is Talking Heads. I'm an expert presenter on today's topic, which is healing the emotional body through the solar plexus. This is part of the Eastern Mind meets Western Body Chakra Healing series. Let's begin. So we're looking at one of the 7 chakra centers, which is the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is the 3rd chakra up. So it's the yellow chakra here. And this is located just literally below the belly button where the navel is. So the solar plexus is known as Manipura in the Sanskrit language. Now, Sanskrit is the oldest language that there is, and Sanskrit was before religion, so it doesn't belong to any religion or any faith, and it's very old language. So it means the seat of gems and the city of jewels. So let's just consider that. It is the seat of your gems. So this is where it all happens, and the city of your jewels. It is your power center. It is where you gain your right and your power to be you. So let's look a little bit deeper with the solar plexus, which is our power center. This is where our control or no control resides. Have you ever felt that you've been in control of a situation, you've got everything off pack and everything is working, and there's other times where you're not feeling in control, where everything goes wrong, nothing is right, and it's like you have all the control, all of the responsibility, but none of the control. And so control is a really big issue in this chakra, and the very fact that you will lack control depletes the way that you can operate in life, whether it's personally, professionally, or in your intimate relationships. This is the place where our ego resides, our self-identity, the ego that plays out, that makes us be the I am this and I am that. This is also the seat of our will. This is our driving seat, our doing chakra. This is the chakra that says, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this now. This is the chakra that's really lighting your fire. It's also known as abdominal brain. And I want to spend a few moments in the abdominal brain. Have you ever felt that feeling of, oh, you know what, this doesn't feel right? Have you ever felt uncomfortable about a situation, but there's no rationale to it? There's a feeling in your stomach. There's butterflies if you're excited. There's a nervousness if you're feeling anxious. And there's it's like the double-edged sword. The abdominal brain, what it focuses on is it's your gut brain. It's also known as, and it's the one that doesn't rationalize. It's a feeling brain. It's a brain that is uncomfortable when it's uncomfortable, but there's nothing rational about it. And it's where your gut feeling resides. Have you ever said, I feel that in my gut? This is the abdominal brain. Whereas a lot of us will rationalize it, logicalize it, philosophize it, but actually this is where it becomes a challenge when we're in the mind and not in the brain of the gut. Because when we're in our mind and we're rationalizing it, nothing makes sense. But when we're in the gut, this is where our activation happens. This is where we can really take action from a place of feeling right or not feeling right about something. So Manipura, the solar plexus, depicted, it's yellow, and it resides in our responsibility. It gives us our self-esteem and our independence to enact without approval. Have you ever been in a situation where the people around you, somebody around you is asking for your approval? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Should I do this? Should I do it this way? This is where you're reaching out to seek approval because there may be some self-esteem issues or not feeling confident in your independence to take that action. And this is about you feeling comfortable in your right to take the responsibility and control in a situation. This is where your independence flows. And this is also the place of your movement. This is a place where you can literally light your fire in whatever action that you take. So let's look at some of the issues and what the solar plexus is responsible for. The saboteur of the solar plexus is when you're feeling angry. So have you ever been angry about something? Anger literally sabotages this chakra. And it's like holding a hot coal. And when you're holding that coal and being angry, the person it burns is you. You can be angry at someone else, and you can be spitting feathers, literally saying all sorts of things about that person. But the net result is that you're holding the angry hot coal, and you're the one that's getting burnt from it. It literally is fiery. The element associated with the chakra is fire. Yeah, so you're literally burning whatever it is that you're feeling angry about on you. So it's turning it onto you, not the other person. And so it's important to be angry when we feel angry. Allow the anger and let it go, because being in an angry state does not serve us. Because the element is fire, it gives us our sight, almost our insight in terms of what we're doing. So the sensory is seeing. We see things through our gut. I know it sounds strange, but we really do see things. And when we try and rationalize it, it's very difficult to rationalize what we see in terms of how we feel in our gut brain. The color associated with the solar plexus is yellow. And the location, as I mentioned earlier on, is literally just below the belly button in the lower abdomen. Sorry, above the belly button in the upper abdomen. And in the upper abdomen, this is where the intestines are. This is where our gut brain resides. Now, the secondary entry points for the solar plexus are the elbows and the knees. Now, the elbows and knees, we have phrases in England. I'm not sure how they translate into other countries and international cities and countries. We actually talk about, I can feel, I've got tennis elbow. And tennis elbow essentially translates to, I'm not feeling confident in my swing. And we have a phrase that says housemaid's knees. And this is depicted when in olden times, Victorian times, and certainly in the 60s in England, many people that would be servants would be on their knees cleaning floors. And so they were subservient, so not in their full power. So this is where that phrase comes from. Tennis elbow, not feeling confident in my swing, and housemaid's knees. So there are 3 points for the solar plexus: knees, elbows, and the upper abdomen. The gland that's associated with the chakra is the pancreas. And this is where we get the phrase, don't vent your spleen. So don't vent your anger on me. I want to now look at control dramas, because this center is all about control. It's all about your lack of control or being in lots of control. Now at school, we're not on the curriculum given how to gain energy. And so one of the things that we do is, because we're not taught how to get energy, we literally go into a place of stealing energy, because we know that we're not feeling great. And so we literally steal energy because we don't know any better, unless you've done some training or some very big therapy training, or you've done the 7-step program, 12-step program. This is something that you're not taught. It's not something that's intuitive. It's something that you have to become aware of. Now, there are 4 control dramas that reside in the solar plexus in terms of getting that energy. So the first 2 I'm going to look at are the aggressive behaviours. So we're going to look at the Intimidator first. So the Intimidator is somebody that's literally, and you'll recognise these people in your life. And I want you to, as I'm describing it, think about people in your life that you know that are like this. The Intimidator is the one that booms in. They come in and they're not stressed. But everybody else around them feels stressed around them. So this is the person that looks very in control. And this person might look like a bully. This person might be somebody that's got everything sorted. Actually, when you're around them, you will feel uncomfortable. You'll feel difficult in the situation, and you will feel intimidated. That's exactly what this is. You will feel intimidated by that person. And this is the classic bully. So have you ever been in a situation where you've gone to work and you're feeling okay, you're feeling completely normal, and then the boss walks in and suddenly you feel uncomfortable, you feel intimidated, you feel like you've done something wrong? This is where the digestive system starts to play up for some people. This is where things like irritable bowel resides, where it's a reaction, a nervous reaction. This is where we'll probably need to go to the toilet to pee. This is where we will feel not comfortable in our environment because we're feeling intimidated. And it's not coming from a place of rationalization. It's coming from a place of a feeling inside, a feeling uncomfortable, that all is not well. The next control drama that's aggressive, but not as aggressive, is the interrogator. Have you ever been in a situation, or can you see in your family, in your friendships, can you see in your working environment, where somebody comes up to you and they start asking you questions? Where were you? Why didn't you do this? How come you're always late? What's going on? Where do you go before you come to see me? You're late again. Tell me what's going on. Why are you disappearing every lunch break? Why are you not coming in on time? Why do you have to stay late every night? You know, the person that's constantly asking you questions. And that will make you feel like you have to explain yourself. Have you ever been in a situation where you feel you have to justify everything that you're doing, saying, or being? This is the interrogator. And when they've been asking all their questions, and it's like a why, this person's usually, why this? Why that? Why are you not here? Why is that always going wrong? Why this? Why me? This person is going to steal your energy through interrogating you. And you will feel really drained when you've been in the space of this person. And you will want to almost escape. And that escape mechanism attracts an aloof person. And you'll recognize this person. The aloof person is the first of our passive control dramas. And you'll recognize that person when I start to describe. This is the person that escapes into their cave. This is the person that goes into their space, that literally runs away from you. This is the person that you have to almost, if you're an interrogator, go and chase them into their cave, into the place that they've decided to get away. And the interrogator will find them, they will seek them out. And the aloof person will literally not speak. What they do is they go internal. They shut down because they feel uncomfortable. And this is how they get their energy. They're literally shut down so you can't reach them. And so that makes the interrogator go worse. Why are you doing this? Why don't you answer me? Why are you always running off to your cave? Why are you always at work? Why are you not here? Don't you want to be here? We need to do this, that, and the other. And they will just constantly be asking questions. And the aloof gains their energy by literally shutting down and shutting them out. Literally shutting the person out. They won't speak. They will maybe look. They will literally allow you to keep moving towards them. And the aloof person will win. They will gain the energy in a passive way. And the interrogator will be exasperated with constantly seeking out the answers. Which brings us on to our final control drama. The poor me. Everybody knows a poor me. This is also what might be labelled the person that's the victim. Oh, well, this always happens to me. Oh, don't worry, I'll do it. I'll just do it myself because I know that I'll get this job done. You know what? Nobody cares. Nobody loves me. I'm suffering. I've got this pain. I've got that pain. The poor me is an interesting control drama because it's very, very easy to get pulled in. You will literally get drawn in slowly, slowly. They will draw you in with everything that they're saying. You will feel exasperated by the poor me. But they want your attention. And when you're giving them your attention by responding to each thing that's not working, each thing that, oh, you know, if you do this, and they just want to spill out, this is not working, that's not working, oh, don't worry, I'll just get on with it. I will do this. You know, there's nobody else that can do it like I can do it. And they're the ones, even though it's a passive control drama, it is actually the most powerful of the 4 control dramas because they literally reel you in. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it because we all love a sob story, don't we? We all want to help or to rescue somebody. And when we're rescuing somebody, this is where it becomes a challenge because we don't know when to stop. And they will call you at all sorts of times, odd times, in the middle of the night maybe, because something isn't working. Now, they don't realize this. This is something that they have worked out from a very, very young age. These control dramas come in, they start activating when we're very young. And this is what we see and what we see that works. So the poor me will always be created by the intimidator. So when somebody is bullying you, intimidating you, the intimidator creates a poor me. And the interrogator, the one that's always asking questions, they create an aloof. And you might be able to see yourself in different roles with different relationships and different people. This is not wrong and it's not right. It simply plays out. And the biggest piece of advice that I can give to you is that when you are aware to literally step out of the control drama, step out of needing to be aloof or the poor me or the interrogator or the intimidator. Because these control dramas are coming from a place of needing to be in control. But as I've described these 4 control dramas, no one is in control. Everyone is responding to a behaviour of something else. So the poor me is being created by the intimidator, the bully. The bully also is a victim. He's a poor me. And the interrogator is also aloof. And so these roles, these control dramas are interchangeable. You're not the same control drama with everyone. They will become interchangeable. I have seen a bully, an intimidator, become aloof for protection. Now, the intimidator, the bully, really doesn't feel in control. Now, this will give you a very different feeling about this person now, because they're intimidating people because they don't feel in control. Internally, they don't feel in control. Externally, they look very in control. The interrogator is moving through this interrogating style of control, but really, they're actually aloof, or they're a victim, poor me. And the reason that they're asking all the questions is because they're not feeling in control. And they want to know, they want to rectify the lack of feeling out of control. And so, can you recognize yourself in these roles? You might be aloof in one relationship, a poor me in another, and an interrogator in another, and an intimidator in another relationship. So these control dramas are interchangeable. The invitation is to step into a state of awareness. When you are aware, let me just say that again. When you are aware and you become a witness to your control dramas, the facade drops. Everything changes and you become more peaceful internally. Everything literally melts because everything is energy. There is an abundant source of energy. You don't need to steal it from someone else using these control dramas. You can literally, when you see yourself interrogating, asking lots of questions, you can see yourself when you're bullying someone, or when you're aloof, or when you're playing the poor me. Witness. And that's the place of instant change. This is the place of transformation. And this is the place that you become really in control of your experiences. Let's look at some of the challenges of the solar plexus. So this will create a burnout. I'm sure that you've heard many people say, oh, I'm just exhausted, I can't do anymore. And they're literally running out of steam. They're just constantly going. The wheel keeps going. It's like they're on a hamster wheel, and they know it's not comfortable. They know it's not safe, and they just keep running on that hamster wheel, going round and round and round. And they know it's not good, but they can't put their foot outside because they don't know what's on the other side. And so this is what will result in burnout, because the solar plexus is the doing chakra, so it will literally force us to just keep going. You will keep going whatever, because it's better to keep going than to stop. Because when you stop, this is when you start to feel. And this is where you start to become more connected to your body. This is where you become more connected to yourself, your intuition, your desires, your needs, and the place of trust. This affects the digestive system. So irritable bowel syndrome is one of the disorders that are in the solar plexus. And this is where literally, if you don't cry, your stomach cries for you. Let's just allow that to land. If you don't cry, your stomach cries for you. And that is because when we don't express our emotions and feelings, the abdominal brain starts to react. And you'll know, because it'll become a pattern. Untreated, undealt with irritable bowel syndrome becomes diverticulosis, becomes colitis, and all sorts of intestinal challenges appear. Now remember, earlier on I said this is born out of anger, unexpressed anger. So when we don't express our anger, we channel it in other ways. And we channel it by being in control, or in over being in control. This affects our trust in ourselves, in others, and also it affects our trust in the way that we move through life and with other people in terms of our business, our family, our relationships, our friendships. This puts us in a space where we will not trust initially, because then that puts us in a place of not feeling in control. So that affects our trust. And because we don't trust, we go into overdrive, thinking that everyone, and it's not even a thinking, it's an experience that's internal. It's not that you don't trust, it's probably that you're afraid to trust. Because this is the center for control, this is where addictions come in. So when somebody doesn't feel in control of a situation, an experience, a circumstance, they might reach out for a cigarette. They might reach out for a chocolate bar. They might reach out for a cream cake. They might indulge in food. They might indulge in recreational substances. They might indulge in alcohol. This is where there's a feeling of not being in control. And when you reach out and do something or ingest something, you're in control of that. Now, I don't want to make anybody wrong here. There's no wrong, there's no right. There simply is. And when you have an appreciation of what is, and when you become witness to your behaviours, then in that state of witnessing, you can change it. You can decide to do something different. And you're then in control. You can be addicted to sleep. You can be addicted to hedonistic situations and experiences. Whatever the addiction, It's when you're reaching out to do that activity to avoid something else. I was addicted to work. So we can be pushing all of our activities into our working environment. It's not wrong. It's not right. It simply is. Notice what your addictions are. Some are good. I was addicted to getting awards, really giving it everything and some more. And so I was a controlled award winner. I just saw it and I got it because I was always looking for that extra fix, because what I was looking for was approval. And when you're approval seeking, the award winner is the one that's literally seeking approval because of low self-esteem. These are all issues in the solar plexus. So as I mentioned, eating disorders, weight issues, so eating disorders such as bulimia, so ingesting food, feeling that we need food and overindulgence, and then not keeping the food down, bulimia. Weight issues, we gain weight around the area of where the lack of stability is. So in the solar plexus, this is the upper abdomen, above the belly button and below the chest area. And this is the area where many people have weight issues because on some level they're not feeling in control. So they feel they have the responsibility, but none of the control. This is where people will have, where they literally have an explosion of water in that area, water retention. That's a protection mechanism. Constipation, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. This is where the person might have a lot of gas or nausea. This is where ulcers appear. Ulcers are related to unexpressed anger, undealt with anger. And so it's acidic and it's inflamed and painful. Diabetes. This is where too much sugar, if you're eating too many carbohydrates, they turn into sugar. Arthritis. Arthritis is anger. If anybody has arthritis, there's unexpressed emotion of anger. It also creates nerve pain. So these are some symptoms of imbalances in a person. Let's look at how we can feel differently. Affirmations are a great way to feel more in control. So let's look at a few here. I honour the power within me. I honour myself. I honour the power within me. I honour myself. I give myself permission to be my authentic self. This is the center of authenticity. If we're not being authentic, we're not being ourselves. And that can create an awful lot of stress because we're being everything to everybody else. So I give myself permission to be my authentic self. I am manifesting easily and gracefully. Whatever you focus on, you create. And in the control dramas, you'll be focusing on what's not working. My invitation to you is to focus on what you want to create, the life that you desire. I release judgment of others and myself. I release judgment of others and myself. We can be our own worst enemy at times. And my invitation to you is to release any anxiousness, or judgments that you place on others. Because whatever you're judging others about, there's something that's going on for you that's unresolved. So I release judgment of others and myself will create a more harmonious and peaceful experience for you and for others around you. You can reach me on nomorestress@live.co.uk or call on +44 0 if you're in the UK 7523 120 189. I offer a free consultation to bust your stress, literally. Call, book in a 30-minute Zoom consultation. You'll be glad you did. It'll give you an incredible sleep. Thank you for your attention and your interest. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV and Radio. You can find all our Talking Heads episodes under the playlist Talking Heads 2022. Please do reach out to me if I may be of service to you. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you next week.